My name is Paula Mandel, and I'd like to speak a little bit about this piece entitled Seed Safe, which I created and is in the exhibition at the Temple Judea Museum. I am a glass and mixed media artist, and my work is very intuitive. I am attracted to different objects, collect them, and then eventually put them together into sculptures, which all seem to have a specific meaning, which I realize after I create the sculpture. This one is entitled Seed Safe. It was one of the first pieces that I created when the pandemic first hit. And that was because after my worry about people's health around the world, I began to worry about our food supply, which obviously was a big critical problem and still remains so. I was concerned in the beginning that we wouldn't be able to receive food. It was scary to go to the grocery store. It was scary to have food delivered. It was really a time when our food was a priority for all of us. And so I created this piece. I didn't have any intention when I created it. This is made of many components, which I joined together. This round piece is actually a vintage wagon wheel, if you could see it, on top of a silver chalice. The silver chalice obviously is a very elite serving piece for food. The wagon wheel could symbolize the way that food gets distributed to us, or has in the past been distributed to us. The globe feeling here is encased in metal, and this top comes off to reveal the piece at the top, which is a small vessel that I blew on my torch, which I can get to be 2100 degrees, and it's filled with sand and seeds, sand being symbolic of the ground. The top part, the white pieces, are all glass, and I also created them on my torch, and they make me feel like the energy is dispersing. And so what happened when I started to get nervous about food was I had this idea that popped into my head that there were seed safes around the world. I had heard it years ago and didn't know anything about it. So I started researching it, and I found that there's actually what's called a doomsday safe, which is in Svalbard archipelago near Norway. It's on an island, and it houses more than 930,000 varieties of seeds from around the world. That's the ultimate seed safe or seed bank. When I really researched this, part of me was very relieved, because it means that all of these different food groups can be preserved or recreated if there's any kind of a disaster, if there's any kind of military problem or blight, that these foods can be created. But the other part of me was really upset that we as a world had to prepare for something like that. It turns out that there are over 1,000 seed banks around the world in various countries, and that they house specific seeds from those countries in that country. They're all kept at sub-zero temperatures, and the seed safes are only allowed to be entered a couple times a year in order to either put seeds in or retrieve them. So here's my homage to the seeds of the world that are so important to all of us. And I also offer this sculpture to you for you to come up with your own impressions and your own ideas of it.